Welcome to DCL Radio. You are listening DCL Talk Show. A second month of our DCL uh, 2022. Quickly introduce our guests and then we'll get into the topic straight away. I have our regular analyst Dinesh with me. Welcome to the show, Dinesh.
Hello, Anna. Hello, everyone. Welcome to DCL Radio.
Okay, and our regular analyst and who is missing in the initial part of first month of our show, Imti is back. Welcome to the show, Imti, and I hope you had wonderful time in India.
Thanks, Jagan, and a big hello to the DCL family. I dearly miss the show. Glad to be back here, and good to see fellow mates here, Dinesh and Rajesh. Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the show, Rajesh.
Thank you, Jagan Garu. Hello, everyone. Hello, DCL family. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday, and I must say thanks to Rajesh. Rajesh, I asked him to be in the show because he is the only one who supports the lower ranked teams. So thank you, Rajesh, once again. And with that, we'll quickly jump into first game of the night. The first game of the night goes to Dinesh, and it's Spartans versus Sterling Strikers. Dinesh, your thoughts?
Spartans versus Sterling Strikers. I had a soft corner for Spartans and always expect them to do well. They won the toss and elected to bat first. Always a tricky situation with the Sterling Strikers. A better bowling unit is what I've generally thought. Not that their batting sucks or whatever, but with that said, Nadeem Khan opened along with Puneet. Didn't go too well. Nadeem didn't get off the mark. Puneet did score 11 of 21, trying to consolidate along with Avinash Jagan. Nothing much to write about there. So Puneet scored, as I said, 11. Then Chanakya Lokam, we always expect magic from Chanakya, but not to be. He did play decently well, trying to consolidate again with the wickets falling. He scored 7 out of 19. A little bit of respect from Ram. He too tried to consolidate. Then Mohan Krishna later on down the order tried to come and strike at about 100 or exactly at 100, but not much below par. 68 they could manage in 25 overs with 8 wickets. As usual, nothing surprising there. Mansur Butt, 5 overs, 18 for 2. Then Saad, 3 overs, 7. Aziz was probably the most expensive with an economy rate of 4, with picking up 2 wickets in 5 overs. Raza Ali, as usual, bowled well with 1.25, picking up 1 in 4 overs. Then Saad Salman bowled well too, Mohammad Omar, and supported by Tala. So overall, if you look at Sterling Strikers, not more than 4 economy rate, pretty much was obvious with the Sterling Strike, with Spartans ending up with 68. So had their task cut out in the second innings. Again, Ali Abbas and Hassan, they opened. Ali Abbas took the game away with a strike rate of 136, 45 from 33 balls, 3 sixes and 2 fours. That pretty much sealed the deal for Sterling Strikers. All the way, I think, again, pressure. They tried different options. Where Spartans, they opened with Mohan Krishna and Abhishek Singh. Mohan Krishna did go well, Abhishek Singh not so well. Then Saptagirish didn't go too well either. Hiran bowled decently well. Then after that, whatever they tried, finally, they found the right man, Vinil Dusa, picked up 2 wickets. But all of that being said, Ali Abbas took the game away with his high striking ability. They won pretty comfortably with 7 wickets in 12 overs for 69 runs. So pretty much, I wouldn't call it a one-sided affair for sure, but still, I think Sterling Strikers, it was the day. Better luck next time for Spartans, and expect something better from the Nadeem Khans and the Chanakya Lokams of Spartans.
Okay, the next game of the night is FCC Agni versus Motor City. Imti, your thoughts?
Well, I thought SCC Agni really played well in this game. After losing their first game in the season, I think they responded well, coming back and winning this game with 55 runs. If you go into the details of the game, you see the batted first scored 113 runs, played the full 25 overs, and I think uh, it's a good looking scorecard. I would say like you have at least 4 to 5 players contributing to the scorecard. Good outing for Arjun Adabala, top of the order, 24 runs. Good opening with Rishabh, who scored 13, stayed there for a while. And then Jashwant, I think, who we can consider as their main batsman in this lineup. He had a good outing with 28 runs. And then good to see Ramesh lower down the order, also contributing 16 runs and staying not out. I think there was a very good partnership between Jashwant and Ramesh, a 50-run partnership for the sixth wicket, which really helped them get to that score of 113 runs. If you look at the bowling of Motor City, obviously a new team, still maybe getting their footing in this format of the game. Decent bowling from their bowlers. Obviously highlight their Arvind Hariharaputran. If I got the name right, yeah, Arvind Hariharaputran, 5 overs, 4 wickets for 22 runs. Obviously, the pick of the bowler. He did get some decent support, but I think they couldn't really stop the run flow, and they leaked 113 runs. Chasing that score, I think Motor City really did not get that opening stand that they wanted. Lost early wicket in the very second over, and really they did not get any partnership going. I thought, looking at the scorecard, the lone double-digit score in that batting scorecard from Vinod Taware, 22 runs. Not getting support from the other end, really like all single-digit scores, and they ended up bundling out for 58 runs and eventually losing the game by 55 runs, a huge margin and a good net run rate boost for FCC Agni. Bowling figures again, like obviously with the likes of Arun, Arjun, and Ramesh Satyavaram in the bowling ranks, I think they did a very good job. But obviously, the pick of the bowlers with a 5 wicket haul, 4 overs, 5 wickets, 10 runs, absolute bowling figures. I think that those bowling figures definitely deserve to give him the man of the match there. Overall, I thought it was a good outing for FCC Agni. Good to be among the points here. And Motor City, obviously, new team, still trying to set their foot in. I think both the games they played, they've lost. I think need to rectify and pull up their socks and get their A game to get some points on the board.
Yep. And the next game of the night is Troy Hawks versus Thunderbolts. Rajesh, your thoughts?
Yeah, when I look at, I mean, Troy Hawks is like in a winning moment. Like, they're winning all their games, rightly so. Like, when I saw their score for Troy Hawks, it was at 86, um, which was a good score, and it's a tricky score to chase. One thing I really like with Troy Hawks batting is consistency. Their middle order, like, when I saw previous games and even this game, there is someone to score runs. Rightly so, like, Pradeep, he scored like 42 out of 42 coming at second down, which is a great score. That like gave them like a good score to like compete. When I saw like Thunderbolts bowling, I believe they did not use their bowlers very well, especially like Deepak Bhaskaran. He was a strike bowler, and he didn't complete his 5 overs. I would rather, I don't know, Vinod, like bro, like I know you from my last year, you're supporting me very well being a new team. I believe you know better than me. You should have used your like strike bowlers very well. I believe that was one of the reasons like Thunderbolts lost the game. When I see like Thunderbolts like batting, none of them like stayed very well like till last, and almost like they were like batted as if they were in a rush to go home. So they lost the wickets too early, and there was no one was like very consistent staying there. I'm sorry, I've been uh, I would rather appreciate Thunderbolts, if they stayed very well and played to their strength. They did not. Troy Hawks, having their winning momentum with the last two games, they took the game very easily from Thunderbolts. Kudos to the Troy Hawks. I hope Vinod Kumar, and your Thunderbolts will come back and show your winning potential and win the next game.
Okay, very well said. Dhairya versus Pokris. Imti, your thoughts?
Did we skip one game, Jagan?
I think we skipped
Oh,
the
sorry.
There
Hitman
was
versus
one more.
Sorry, I skipped one game, and let me go back there. Hitman versus SLCC Guardians. Sorry about that,
Yeah.
Dinesh.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, so this one, I watched this game from the comfort of staying at home. Yes, it was supposed to be a closer game than what eventually panned out. So SLCC Guardians won the toss and elected to bowl. I'm a big fan of bowling first, so you can you know at what rate to go. They did start off pretty well, getting Ram Kumar out pretty quickly. Yogesh got Ram Kumar out, and Pitin and Srijit, they strung together a pretty decent partnership there. I mean, 10 seems to be nothing big, but still, under all conditions, after losing your opener, I believe in the very first over itself. So they consolidated. Then Srijit and Arun Shankar, captain from last year, they had this big rescue act. Srijit 18 out of 40, Arun Shankar 17 out of 35. Both of them more or less like 50 strike rate, decent enough with a couple of quick wickets going down. Decent enough, as we say, DCL strike rates. Having much going on, they consolidated. They played well. Again, no boundaries there. I think throughout the entire Hitman innings, there was only 1 6 hit pretty late down the order, but other than that, no boundaries. Then after Arun Shankar and Srijit, no major double-digit contributions, even though Chetan played a decent knock, and even Sajid Said, he played a decent knock with that solitary 6. They ended up with 88 all out in 24.3 overs. They had 3 deliveries left. Coming to the bowling side, Yogesh bowled well. Gopinath, the special mention there with 4 wickets in 5 overs for 18 runs. Then Limbagiri Swami, he supported well along with Ajay Sai. So 88. It's a tricky score, by no means an easy one. It's not a low score. It's sort of an in between one. SLCC Gardens would have definitely fancied their chance. A big thing before I forget is a big kudos to Tej, the SLCC Guardians keeper. I saw is awesome keeping from him. Was a big fan, standing up and staying back. For pace bowlers, slow bowlers, didn't matter. If the batsman was stealing a couple inches, he did come up, understand that fact. So big kudos to the keeper of SLCC Guardians. So yeah, coming to that, he did open the innings along with Sandeep Kohli, I believe, if I pronounce that name right. So they opened. They did give a pretty decent start for chasing 88. With about 18 runs, not too bad. They lasted about 7 overs, so that was all good. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, Ravi Tej, Philip Thomas was the one who got the breakthrough. One of the veterans in the league, both he plays across different formats. Philip Thomas. He's one of those mystery bowlers. You can't pick which way he bowls. Bowls at a decent pace and cutters on either side, very minimal deflection, but you think you can you can never get to the pitch of his bowling, but so he's a wonderful bowler. That back of length, cutting in or out, so he's a wonderful bowler. So Philip Thomas gave the breakthrough. He did bowl really well, 3 over 7 runs for 2 wickets, along with Ram Kumar. for Hitman. 3 overs for 11 runs for 2 wickets, and Bipin Modi, he bowled wonderfully well too. So 2 overs for 3 wickets. So all of these three guys bowled well, along with Hitan and Sajid. The only let go was like Sarath. I think they might have pulled him in towards the end, thinking that there was not much going on. But still, it's always too risky with the people like Philip and Ram Kumar, along with Deepan Modi having bowled so well. You go for the kill and get the game over early, then give it to one of your non-regular bowlers. So other than Ravi Tej and Sandeep, Limbagiri Swami later on down the order with those 3 4s, he did bat decently well. Eventually, Aditya got him out. So the SLCC Guardians, they folded for 71 in 20 overs. They did not play 25 overs, as we have been mentioning from pretty much week one. You play 25, the chances of you getting there higher. Even if they didn't win the game, they might have gotten close with bonus points and whatnot in the contention. So Hitman won comfortably at the end with 17 runs. So not too surprising, but well played, Hitman, and better luck next time, SLCC Guardians.
Very well said. Not too surprised. I like that word. And the next game of the night is Dhairya versus Pokeries. Imti, your thoughts?
Yeah, again,
In my opinion, Pokeries did what they're supposed to do.
yes, I
Sorry.
think the best way
Jagan
to put
garu,
it
those
in
are my. I'm just kidding.
yeah, the best way to put it in a one-liner is like Poker did what they had to do in this game. Easy outing for them, I would consider. Again, Poker is winning this game with a big margin, chasing down the score with 6 and winning the game with 6 wickets in hand. Again, I kind of feel sorry for Dhairya. They being a new team, first game they come across Gladiators, a mighty team, and then in the second outing again they come across a champion team like Pokeri. So obviously, hopefully they had a lot of learnings in these 2 games and they can put that into implementation in their coming games. If you go into the details of this game, Dhairya winning the toss, selected to bat. And I thought they got off to a good flyer, scoring close to 20 runs in the first 3 overs. But then after the first wicket fell, they never got going and no partnership built there. All scorecards showing single digits. Only the opener who got double digit in the top of the order with 15 runs, 7 balls. He was the reason for that flyer. But then once he got out, I think Pokeris really crawled back onto the Dhairya batting lineup, and again, it had to be Shivaji Gaj Singh, very low down the order, who put some resistance, scoring 19 runs and gave them a decent score of 77. Looking at the Pokeris bowling, obviously a very good bowling unit. Everybody like contributing there, everybody picking up wickets. But I thought Raghu Kumar Palaniswamy was the pick of the bowlers, even though he just got 2 wickets within the allotted 5 overs. He put a break on the scoring and within a combined rate of 1.8. I thought he was the pick of the bowlers. Like I said, all the bowlers sharing wickets among themselves and never let the opponent get going. With just 77 on the board, chasing that score, it was I would say cakewalk for Pokeris. They got off to a flyer and almost scoring like close to 45-50 runs in the first 7 overs. It was not a surprise that they finished the game well within the allotted half time of their batting. They eventually ended up at 78 for 4 and 12.3 overs. Again, Saran Raj scoring bulk of the runs, 35 runs at the top of the order. Even though he did not get much support down the order, but I think Shankar stayed there till the end, scoring those 13 runs and getting them through the line. Not much to talk about in the bowling department. Obviously, they had a very less score to restrict the opponent, but they could not bat near score. And again, a champion team like Pokeris obviously knew all the tricks in the trade. So good win for Pokeris. They won both their games now, and the idea is still yet to win a game. But like I said at the beginning, hopefully these 2 games against Gladiators and Pokeris will give them some learnings, and they'll try to use that in their coming games. Good luck.
Okay, the next game of the night is Hawks versus FCC. Rajesh, your thoughts?
When we look at Hawks and FCC game, Hawks won the toss and they elected to bat. I have to agree with Dinesh. Great. If we win the toss, I would rather bowl, but Hawks chose to bat against a very good bowling unit. If I have to say, I don't know much about Hawks. I know Vikram Reddy was one of the star in the first game they played. Unfortunately, he could not do very well in this game. When we look at Hawks, batting, they're decently batting well for the first 6 overs within 3 per over run rate. However, once the wickets started falling, like none of them stood really for a long time until Shashank, who came in at the bottom, scored 20 out of 34, which gave them a very good total of 89 to defend themselves. That being said, like when I look at FCC bowling, they have like a huge bowling lineup. I especially know Sujan, who is very good at bowling at any time of the game. He did with an average of 1.6. That's like an awesome bowling. Like 5 overs, 8 runs, 2 wickets for 1.6 average. That's a killer. So when I look at all the FCC bowling, they're like pretty good. Their average is not even 4. So their regular bowlers doing very well, contained Hawks to an 89 score. I thought it was an very easy score to defend. FCC did the same way. Their opener, Pratik, I believe, yeah, Pratik scored very well. He started off with a 25 for 40, which is what any opener should be doing. I believe he's been playing for a long time. I don't know much about him, but that's a good opening batsman score, if I have to say. And right, once they got going, they had they were scoring at a decent run rate, and they won the game comfortably, within 21 overs. I mean, great win. Kudos to FCC. They're supposed to. Oh, they're a good team. They know how to play in different these kind of situations. They won comfortably. 2 out of 2 for them, I believe. Hawks, they lost one game and they no, they won one game and they lost 2 games. Hopefully, they will bounce back and win some win some of the league games, and they'll be in contention for the next rounds, I believe. Good luck for both of the teams, but FCC, kudos. You're like a well-oiled team, and you know how to play, and you did the same. Congrats again.
Very well summarized. The next game of the night is Detroit Bulls versus Stars, and one of our guests tonight is Mahesh Babu, who is the star for this game. You know, who is the man of the match, and he's the one who turned the tables for them to win, Bulls to win. Dinesh, your thoughts. I mean, by the way, Mahesh will be joining right after the we finish our
Okay.
analysis. He'll be
Okay.
joining us for predictions.
Okay. No, I was wondering, as we were calling, I was going to ask you the same thing, bro. It's like if Mahesh was going to join. So, yeah, the Bulls and Mahesh and all of them pretty well, as Rajesh, bro, is mentioning, pretty well oiled in and around the local T-ball leagues. And that's what eventually might have showed. I mean, so that's what Detroit Bulls won the toss and they elected to bat and got up to a very solid start, like 46 in about 10 overs with the openers Nicol, Sunny, and Vijay Karthik, both of them scoring well into the 20s, like Nicol 27 from 29 with a strike rate of 93 and Vijay Karthik 22 from 40. So 46 opening stand, they ended up pretty much playing the first 10 overs. So that was good. Then after that, there was a pretty decent enough comeback by the Stars. Then nothing much to mention. Gino did support along with Naveen Kumar with 14 out of 26, and Suhesh Ravi 17 out of 26. So they supported well. So looking at this, like other than Nikhil Sani, what Vijay Karthik, Naveen Kumar, and Suresh, like all typical DCL innings is like not many boundaries or no boundaries at all, and scoring within 50, 60 strike rate. So that's what was required. Then Mahesh Babu came down the order, 10 out of 7 with a 142 strike rate, along with Jagdish for a 100. So well above par, anything over 100, 9 wickets for 107 is what Detroit Bulls managed. Coming to the bowling, other than Anvish, the rest of them went above 4. In a typical DCL game, that does end up with more than 100. So that's what happened. Even though Venki did bowl well, 4 overs, 20 runs with 4 wickets. So special mention for Venki. And coming to the chase, I think they did. I mean, they would have been interested, Stars, thinking of the past history and stuff that they experienced. They would have been pretty decently interested in that score. Nothing overly dominating, but still slightly above par. So they started decently well with an opening partnership of 11 runs. They lasted about 3 overs. Hari and Arul, they did stick for a little bit. Then nothing much to write about from Harish. Then Shanmuga Manikam, he played best hand, probably best batting from both sides, I would say, with the strike rate of 92, 37 from 40 with 1-6. So he played a pretty decent innings, but people tried to play around him. The rest of them, not much to write about. Deepak Raj tried to hang around for a little bit, but they constant wickets kept falling. Other than Vishwanath, the rest of the bowlers bowled under 4 or under. So Nikhil Sani, he had a good game with 3 wickets in 5 overs. Mahesh Babu, as Jagan Bro was mentioning, 5 overs, 19 runs, 4 wickets. He did turn the game on its head. Got pretty much the main guy in Shanmuga Manikam. Mahesh Babu was the one who got him, so that might have done things. Later, Sandeep went for a few runs, but still, Stars managed only 91 runs in 23.1 overs. Comfortable win at the end from Detroit Bulls. Good going, Bulls indeed, with a lot of energy. Hopefully they go a long way in the tournament. Good luck to Bulls, and better luck for Stars in the coming games.
So I just want to add one few lines here. I recently I saw a movie, Sarkar Var Paata. It's a Telugu movie. Okay, there are 2 songs in that one, and both were super hit. One is Come On Kalavati. The second one is Every Penny There's a song like that. There's a situation in this game where the 7th ball of second innings, there was a 7th ball in the second innings, first over. Okay, and Stars were chasing, and those 2 runs were removed after Stars. One of the Stars batsmen, scorer, he indicated that there was one extra ball in that over. So logically that should have counted, but umpires have no clue about the rules, and there's, I would like to say, common sense, lack of common sense from umpires' point of view. They asked to remove this ball, so they lost 2 runs there. By the end of, before the start of match, probably everybody in DCL world thought Stars is a strong team, so they will easily take this game, and they can win easily against Bulls. So that's where this come on Kalavati, I've seen, I visualized Hari singing that song coming to this game. and by the time the game ended, those 2 runs costed them the bonus point. Stars lost. Yeah. So that's when that's when I mean, I visualize every penny, every penny, that song. Okay, so I just thought of adding that one. Okay, I mean, still there's some confusion about adding this bonus point and removing this bonus, as adding these 2 runs. So still it is with the committee, so I don't want to get more details. I mean, I don't want to get into details of that one. Still it is pending case uh, with the committee. So the next game of the
So,
night, it, yeah.
Jagan, sorry to interrupt, but I thought it was resolved, right? I thought I saw
No,
the email.
after that there was another
No.
complaint stating
Oh,
that
okay.
um, I mean, so I shouldn't be talking about that one
Okay,
because
okay,
it's
that's fine. No,
still
I
with
didn't know about the later part of it. Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
So still it is going on. So um, yeah, the next game of the night is Dark Horses versus Phantoms. Imti, before going to you know, we have Phantoms captains with us. You know,
Yes.
so
I will keep.
I just want to give a hint. Okay, Imti,
No,
your thoughts.
Imti, please feel free to say whatever you want to. And
No, I did realize when you joined the call that so I should be talking pretty decent before this game. But again, like I think you guys did well. You won the game with merit, and it's a big margin. You won the game with 6 wickets to spare. So again, like dark horses. Again, just before I go into the game, I think just kudos to the team management because this team led by Pankaj Watts, they year in year out they somehow managed to field a team. It like if I have to give one word to Pankaj Watts, it's like lone warrior. Like the team revolves around him. He's like the one performer for the team, and he tries to bring people to the ground and make them play. But unfortunately, the results are not showing for him. So hopefully. There will be some results showing for his consistency and his belief there. Going into this game, Dark Horses batted first. They could only put up 76 runs. Obviously, like I said, Pankaj Watts not performing in this game, so that's showing in the total scorecard as well. Only double-digit score in that innings, top of the order by Himanshu, 13 runs. He stayed there for a long time, but only managed 13 runs. And then like looking down the batting lineup, not to talk about. People trying to hang in there, but runs not flowing in. 11 extras, the second highest scorer in the scorecard, and they could only manage 76 runs. Obviously, when you see a low score on the batting side, obviously that means the bowling was very good on the other end. Praful Kumar Patel, the pick of the bowlers with 4 wickets out of the allotted 5 overs. Then well supported by Raj, who picked up 3 wickets, and then Teja, who also picked 2 wickets. So I think overall it was a very good bowling performance. And then that really helped them restrict the opponent for 76. Chasing down the score of 76, I think with this new ball and with this new league, new ball and this new par scores, it was an easy chaseable score, I thought, and Phantoms responded really well. They got a good opening stand, scored close to 30 runs in 6 overs when the wicket fell. Sandeep Pallam Reddy, top of the order, scoring those 20 runs, gave them a good foundation to chase this total down. And well supported by Prashant and Praful Kumar again in the middle order with Praful staying not out for 21. I think Praful had a good all-round game here, deservingly the man of the match. And again, nothing much to talk about in the bowling department for Dark Horses. They could only manage like 3 wickets, and the game was finished well within the 17 overs. So again, a good win by Phantoms. And now they won 2 out of 2 games, sitting pretty as a point stable as well in the 4th position. Dark Horses, like I mentioned, still yet to register a win. They played 3 games, and I think it's high time that they start putting up some performance and try to win the game. So good luck, Dark Horses, and best of luck, Phantoms, too, for the rest of the games.
Okay, the next game of the night is Gladiators versus Titans. You know, whenever
Jagan, if I may say something about Dark Horse Captain Pankaj.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Sure. He is one of my favorite players. You know.
Thank you. I
Yes.
second that. Like the way, like he was, like with the team and supporting the team, the way he was functioning himself in the dugout. kudos to him. He's such a cool customer. Like I just love the way he was, like behind the team, supporting them, even like win or loss. Like the way he was balanced. I was like in awe. Like I learned that day that like this is how a captain has to be. If I have to take away anything from that game, is not our winning. This captain Pankaj, like he stole like the whole game from me by like his aura and like his the way he was delivering the team and supporting the team. Such a cool guy. I saw like so many captains before, but this guy stood out. Like he's a great example. Like if I had to show like how a captain has to lead a team, I would definitely include Pankaj as the top five. I would say that definitely.
Yeah, see, we can talk hours and hours about Pankaj, because every year he brings in new kids. Okay,
True.
so these are all from Ann Arbor, and regardless of win or lose, they come, they compete, and they enjoy their game, and probably only Pankaj can do this one. You know, so with that, I'll go to the next game: Gladiators versus Detroit Titans, and when it's see, I just said we can talk hours about Pankaj Vats, and Gladiators have a guy by name Arjun Ajmani, who, you know, if time permits, this is another guy I can talk hours and hours about this guy. I mean, I literally love this guy. I mean, I closely watched his game. I mean, I his leather ball game and his tee ball games, where
Yeah.
whenever he's in song,
Yep.
he's awesome. For me, he is like Tendulkar of DCL. And okay, with that, sorry, I'm taking too much time. Sorry. Yeah, your thoughts, Rajesh.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry. So again, sorry, I was caught off guard. I was still like with you praising Arjun and Pankaj. I was in the same mode. Sorry. So Gladiators, like again, we saw them last year. They're like one of the top performing teams. They won the toss and they elected to bat, rightly so. Like how you said, like if there is a Tendulkar in the team, then I would bat first. Like how you put it, Jagan sir. So they scored like a phenomenal 166. Like that is in a too good a score for any team, regardless of how strong your batting is. When you're coming down to bat or chase that kind of score, one thing I would really want to mention, like when I looked at their over by over score, Gladiators were like around 100 for 104 for like 4 wickets or 6 wickets at 20 overs. And right again, when the 21st over started, and by the end of the 25th over, they scored 58 runs. That shows their strategy, how well they are strategized, and how well their batsmen know when to open the floodgates. Oh my God, like 58 runs in 5 overs, that any team can coming to bat second, they will lose it for sure. Half of their morale will go down. So I mean, kudos to Gladiators. Their like batting was execution was like awesome, top of the line. And when it comes to like Titans chasing it, again, like they have some very good players. Personally, I know Satish Gava, like their captain. He is a great batsman. Like I watched him. I played with him a couple of games, and I watched him a couple of games playing. So, unfortunately, something is not going very well for them. I hope they will come back into a groove and start like winning the games. Playing with Gladiators with a score of 166, they started obviously they wanted to score runs that they could not do it. They consistently lost wickets over by over. They only scored like 104, which is still decent score. The reason I say like if they could have contained that last 5 overs for maybe 20 runs or so, they would have a chance to win against Gladiators. But unfortunately, Gladiators were like too good. They took the game away from them. Kudos to Gladiators. Again, like I always say, my favorite thing, they're the top team, and Gladiators did what they're supposed to do. Titans, good luck with the rest of your games. I hope I hope you guys don't come and play with us and win, but I want you guys to win a league game moving forward. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Good one.
Okay, I like that. I like that. The next game of the night is Canton 11 versus Detroit Bacha. I thought um, this one will be a close game, but unfortunately, it is one-sided. And I don't say, I mean, sorry for the word unfortunate, but Canton 11 dominated this game. Imti, your thoughts?
Yeah, so again, a very good game for Canton 11. I thought, looking at the scorecard, another game where a huge margin victory for Canton 11, 62 runs margin, boosting their net run rate. I thought, if you go into the details, Canton 11 on the toss elected to bat, and I think their opener just set the momentum going for them. Adarsh Nair, uh, scoring 51 runs in the top of the order. He was well supported by their one-down batsman Shakil, scored 25 runs, and I think that partnership really set the momentum for them for the second wicket. They scored close to 80 runs partnership, and I think once you have that kind of foundation laid, I think the rest of the batsmen could have really utilized that and uh, try to increase that score a little bit. But I think it was a good comeback by the Detroit Badshah in the later part of the game. Another interesting thing I thought in this was almost like 9 bowlers being used, obviously trying to cut down the scoring from Canton 11. But none of the bowlers really helped, except for Faisal, who was like pick of the bowlers in those 9 bowling options. He picked up 6 wickets for 23 runs. And I think, uh, except for Faisal, I don't think there was any kind of impact by any of the bowling from Detroit Badshah. 130 for 9 halfway. I think that was a very good score. Difficult to chase anything beyond 100, 110. With a lineup like Canton 11, they have very good bowling lineup. Detroit Badshah were actually on the back foot going to the second half, I thought, and uh, they got a pretty decent start, putting up 15, 16 runs for the first wicket. Mohammad Shoaib gave a good start, 22 runs in 18 balls, with a good strike rate there. Uh, and then the one down batsman also scoring 21 runs. I thought that was the only notable performance in the chase. And then obviously the scoreboard pressure getting to them, and none of the other batsmen really could contribute anyway into the score. Eventually, the scoreboard pressure getting to them, like I said, they bundled out for 68 in the 17th over. Again, Canton 11 just had to use 4 bowlers. Obviously, they had the backing of that big score. Mohammad Ramzi just running through the batting order of Detroit Badshah, picking up a 5-4 with 7 runs. I thought that's a beautiful bowling performance there. Well supported by the other bowlers, picking and sharing the wickets among themselves. Overall, a very, very good win. Canton 11, again, a good way to come back, losing their first game in the season, coming back and winning this with a good margin, I think will give a good boost for them. And then Detroit Badshah also losing this game. I think they have 1 win out of 3 games. Maybe they can get some learning from this game and help their cause in the future games. So good luck to both the teams, and great win by Canton 11.
Okay, the last game of the night is Local Boys versus GLCC. Normally, I don't do analysis or anything like that, but I
No,
want to do for
Janam,
this.
I
Yeah.
think we missed Stingers versus Strikers. I can go first, and then you can go at the end.
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know how I missed that one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You
See,
are in a hurry to go to the GMCC game, Jagan.
no, 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 no. This is another important game that we have to discuss. Stingers versus Strikers. This is another game which got affected by, umpires. Okay,
Oh, is
so
it?
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
uh,
somehow this week I thought I heard a lot of
this
noise regarding
yeah this
umpiring. So
week this week is one of the pathetic weeks in terms of umpiring because you know Stingers versus
Oh, but
Strikers. It started with Stingers versus Strikers. Bad call after bad call, bad call after bad call. Okay, so uh, at least that's what I heard. Normally I support umpires to the core. Because that's a
uh-huh.
thankless job. So I support them. But then bad calls, too many bad calls is always bad. So I'm calling this one out because both the captains complained about it. It's not just
Okay.
one team. Winners and losers both complained about umpiring standards, umpiring
Mm,
knowledge of um, these players, whoever did the umpiring, and the I blame it on their captains. Okay, yeah, please go ahead, Dinesh.
Yeah, I mean, again, we built it up really well last week when we were calling this, and I did. I remember pretty clearly that I called for Stingers, and probably Parthiv heard it. But again, we are calling it as, or I'm calling this one as I see it, but sorry about whatever the other background issues were going on. So Stingers won the toss and elected to bat first. Aragu did not play this one. I'm not sure what happened. So Jagan ended up captaining the side, I believe, for this one at least. So Anburaj and Tarun opened the innings. They did a decent enough 5 overs. 5 overs they stood for about 11 runs, and nothing much went through all single digits with Ketan Joshi and Jagan contributing a little bit, but nothing much. Again, all single digits down till about Kishore Gopalakrishnan came in along with Chellam Ayavu. So Kishore scored 11 out of 23, Chellam 17 out of 24. I've seen his name and I've played against him a few times as well. I think he might he should end up batting up. I don't know if he's a low order contributor or not. Maybe a case for him to bat up the order. They ended up with 70 runs, all out for 17, about 23 overs is what Stingers were able to achieve. Clinical performance, I would say, from strikers, at least on paper. That's what it looks like. Deepak Patel, 2 overs for 4 runs. Rohit Chavan, 3 overs, 15 for 2, with an economy of 3. So he did well, along with Kapil Chowdhury and Vivek Pathak, 3 wickets in 4.4 overs for 17 runs at an economy of 3.64. So 70, nothing much to defend there. It could have been tricky, but sure, it's one of those things. It's like 70, you consolidate well, have a decent enough partnership, should be good to go, is what you expect. And I'm having a little bit of a glitch on this scorecard from strikers. Okay. So then Ishan Patel and Parag, they opened with about 26 runs. In 5.5 overs, so they played about 6 overs for 26 runs, a decent enough stand to build it up to chase, to achieve a target of 71. Then after that, a couple of quick breakthroughs there. Then Dinesh coming in and putting in the finishing touches to get them over in 17.4 overs for the loss of 4 wickets. A comfortable win at the end with 6 wickets. Special mention here, Chellam Ayavu again. He had a pretty good game, 5 overs, 17 runs for 1 wicket. Then Mohan Rangaraj bowled well, probably too late coming at the end. But other than that, nothing much to write about for the rest of the bowlers. Pretty comfortable win at the end for strikers. Happy to have them back. The experienced sides doing well is always good for the league. That's what we dwell on. So welcome back to winning ways, strikers.
Okay. See, for missing this game, Mohan literally yelled at me. Okay, you missed this game. So, okay. Okay. Anyways, before I go to the last game of the night, we have Mahesh here. Welcome to the show, Mahesh. Mahesh of Bulls, our guest of the night.
Hey, hello everyone.
Hello,
Okay.
Mahesh. This is Rajesh.
Hi, Raj.
I say, so when I referred that movie, Sarkar Var Pata, for their game, it actually that movie striked because the man of the match of that game is Mahesh. Okay, Mahesh Babu, who is our guest of the night. That is the reason, I talked about that movie.
Jagan Gari, if I may say, he does look like Mahesh Babu, the original movie star, but little tan. That's all. I'm sorry.
Cricket fan.
Yes, obviously he was playing in the sun that day, so
Yeah.
he got tan.
Uh,
Mahesh Babu. Yeah.
and so let's hope. I mean, I hope Rajesh won't ask him to sing some song or something like that. Or
No. Sorry, Jagan Garu, this is Friday, and Friday without movies, it can go very well, sir.
Okay, so I'll quickly go to the last game of the evening: local boys versus GLCC. Okay, I want to. Um I want to talk about GLCC first, and then I want to talk about the game, and last I want to talk about the umpires sent by Raptors and MI Rangers. Okay, um, the first thing is GLCC don't deserve to win this game. Why? The simple reason for me is, this is a senior team, and they're supposed to be there on time on the ground, and not even single guy was there. Okay, only, so two or four people were there. Okay, that including me. So that itself says that, this team has no respect for opponent's time. The local boys, they came there at 5:30, and they set up everything and waiting for us there, waiting for GLCC players there. So that's where I say GLCC don't deserve to win. Okay, I hope everybody in the GLCC are listening this. And the second, when it, let's quickly get into the game. Okay, the game, um, because GLCC was not there on time. Uh, uh, Toss was claimed by local boys, and they started batting. And I see there are three batters. They really played well, and Sheikh Mohammed, um, and Subhash and Satya. These are the two guys. And at the end, uh, Surya, I think,
Brilliant.
he Suryansh, yeah, he played well. But the key is the way Sheikh Mohammed played at the. I mean, he has taken. Um, he played at an ease. All the bowlers were literally tired, so that Subhash can take on those. Okay, so that's how Sheikh played that game. So, um, see, if at all, if I have to pick one batsman out of these three, I'll easily pick Sheikh Mohammed. And no disrespect to Subhash, but the way Sheikh played, I really liked it. He played long innings, and he literally tired every bowler of GLCC. Okay, and then Subhash, whenever there was an opportunity, he killed. He literally killed the. He's a lefty, so he took advantage. And at the end, Satya came and he finished it really well. And 22 extras. Okay, that is the game difference. 22 extras given by GLCC. That is the difference between winner and loser there. And GLCC. So batting wise, I have no complaints. So when you're chasing 120 plus runs, everybody has to contribute, and literally everybody played for a win. So they contributed. See, everybody contributed, and um, you know we have. GLCC has come very close, and literally at one point of time, I thought GLCC will win it very easily. So that's where I'm concluding this game. And local boys, they played really well, and they have taken the advantages of old legs of GLCC. That much I can say, because the way they ran, they took those singles, awesome. And there was one catch taken by, I think, if my guess is right, mm, give me 1 second, I'll check and tell. Yeah, Tanigai. Yeah, Tanigai took a catch. That's a scintillating catch. He ran from long off and took it in a single hand just before it was dying. Okay, and s- exact opposite, GLCC dropped every possible catch that came to their hands. Okay, so and local boys took every catch. I mean, every ball that was in the air and approachable. I mean, which is they converted even half chances, quarter chances into full chances. So, so kudos to them. And uh, I'm so even though I was opponent in that game, I was really pleased the way they approached the game and the way they won the game. And the third part of this one is umpires. See, the way they conducted the game, you know, about the calls, all that stuff, I don't want to make a big comment on that one. All I can say is, if at all I have gone through any pain of those calls, I want MI Rangers and Raptors to go through the same pain in the playoffs. In the playoffs, not even in the regular season. So that much I can say. Okay, and see, these two umpires. I will ask you guys this question. There are two umpires in this game, and one of the umpire, he don't want to do a main umpiring. So do you consider that umpire as a competitive umpire for any game? You know, I'm asking you guys. Into your thoughts.
Absolutely not. Again, like if somebody is really hesitant, then I think again I'll be harsh here because I know how much effort goes into finding good umpires. If you're not willing to go there and do main umpiring, then just don't go to the ground. So that's what I can say.
So this is the umpire
No,
sent by. Yeah,
yeah,
please go ahead.
no, Jagan bro, this is one of the other things as well. Is like it's got to change every over. Why it's got to change every over? It's like just to take a break, refresh, and come back. It's like it's a tireless job. I mean, I ended up umpiring one of the games, the playoff games. I was forced into it. I didn't want to umpire. I was forced into it. As like, at least you have to every over. Meaning, it's like yeah, every other over you have to be main umpire versus leg umpire and all of that. It's like you've got to reset like whatever it is. Like umpiring is like very close to keeping, right? I mean, yeah, you can't have your head down type thing. It's like mistakes do happen, but that's okay. Just move on. So every other over has got to be it. And teams absolutely need to take a lot of privilege and responsibility in sending out whoever they can. Some people, a lot of different things happen with umpiring. I know a lot of, including me, a lot of different people have lost teams or whatever just based off of umpiring. But at the end of the day, just to send a good enough umpire and just to follow up from both teams and provide feedback within the team is part of it is the team being represented as well. There's just no getting away with it, right? I mean, yeah, the other, yeah, it's very disappointing from senior teams, experienced teams. Yeah.
Yeah, this leg umpire to see, he was on the phone. When I asked him, he said he's scoring for local boys, and I said that is not his job, and I asked him to give it to scoring to the batting team, and I asked him to concentrate on the game, and his response was he'll be active if he's on the phone. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I have no argument after that. Okay, and that's about the leg umpire. Rajesh, do you have any comment on that?
I mean, I definitely agree with all of your thoughts. Like, it's a responsible thing to do. Unfortunately, like how you guys echoed, like, senior teams, they have to, like, send competitive, like, well-knowledge, like, players, if I may say. I don't want to be rude, like, again. But that being said, if an, like, if an umpire came in and said, like, he doesn't want to be the main umpire, maybe he's just being humble and he doesn't want to make a mistake for such an important game. That can be another thought. We can give him some, like, we can put like less heat on him, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
So
trying to be a little humble, but that being said, like, yeah, when you come in, you have to be 100% responsible, and it is a 50-50 for both the umpires. They have to take the turns.
See, I don't want to, guess anything on that part. Why he wants to be on the leg umpire side. I don't want to make any guess there because, uh, I felt it's not the right thing to do. Okay, and the second umpire, the other umpire, the umpire. See, I normally I don't have any issues with the calls. Some calls go there, some calls go here, and we are not professionals. So we see, unless we do a game as an umpire, we do a game, we don't learn anything. And in the process of learning, you always make a mistake. That's how I learned umpiring too. So this main umpire, he comes. This is a night game, even six o'clock game. He comes in
Mhm.
pure whites,
Oh my God.
pure whites, and my team, they don't want to play. And I can't go to the umpire and say, because you're in white and you're in whites, my team don't want to play. I can't say that one, because at the time, finding another umpire is going to be very difficult. Again, it's going to come back to me, right? Finding umpire. So, yeah, so I had to convince them. So
No, at least spray something on his t-shirt. Okay.
so see, this is this is something MI Rangers captains has, when he's sending an umpire, this is the smallest thing he
Yeah.
has to tell. That means they are not reading any rule book. See, that's where it is the problem. The rule clearly says players are not allowed to be in whites. See,
Yeah.
and the umpires are players also. They are players of another team, right? So
Yeah.
it's simple rule there. It is written there, and it is simple common sense in any cricket. You know,
Excuse me.
especially when teams are playing under lights. And see, with that, I'll stop this
No,
discussion here,
yeah.
because
One final thing, Jagan bro, is like next time people show up with white t-shirt, play have them play with the bare body, at least the upper bare body.
you want to take that chance. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
absolutely. It's better. It's better.
Okay.
It's not. It's simple things. It's like a lot of different things. That's why we talk about DCL and why certain rules. We did discuss certain things about why we are stringent in DCL, why DCL is stringent in all of different things across various T-balls. It's not various T-ball leagues around here. There have been some official calls in some other leagues. I don't want to mention anything. It's like where umpires show up with the light colored shirts and stuff. It's like some official call for umpires to show up like that. It's like that's like end of the day. These things are like basics, right? It doesn't. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. Happy Friday.
Okay, Hemant,
So
for
just
Hemant, GLCC Hemant sent a message saying that yes, I accept, and we don't deserve to win. So, uh,
so
good.
Jagan,
At
I know
least,
we already talked a lot about this topic, but if I can add one point to end this
yeah, sure, sure,
umpiring topic.
yeah.
So again, I really liked one statement in the communication that went out from the committee where it was mentioned that please take the umpiring thing as a responsibility and not as a chore. So as long as all players, and including the captains, understand this, it is a very, very significant statement, I think. Instead of considering it as a chore, consider it as a responsibility, and then that will really maybe help to develop a better
Yeah,
Absolutely.
see,
umpiring.
absolutely. See, uh, just imagine when Raptors are playing and somebody goes there uh, with the intention of just uh, pushed there, with the
Mhm.
feeling of somebody was pushed there, he's going to screw up the game, or at least he won't respond properly.
Yeah, again, it's not
So
just one team that we are talking about. Right? I'm just talking in generic sense here. Like as long
yeah,
as
see, everybody
it
wants
is taken
there.
as right.
Yeah, everybody wants to
We
walk
always
into
talk
the
about
game.
we always talk about the playoff games and we need quality umpires for playoff games. But obviously, to reach the playoffs, you need these
Play,
league games and good decisions in the league games to reach there.
you,
Right. So
yeah,
obviously, every game has to be officiated in a decent way. I think so.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Uh, I'll quickly go to Mahesh, and I'll ask two quick questions to him, and then we'll go to predictions. We already hit
Sure.
10:05.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, Mahesh. Welcome to
Yeah.
the
No
show.
worries. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So every year you guys start really well, and especially last year, you in the very first match you beat Brownstone, and now Brownstone not even in the league. Okay. This okay. So,
Are you
see.
hinting at something, Jagan?
Oh my God. Imti came back for the very first show tonight, and I'm
Blasters
okay.
away.
So this time you guys beat Stars, and the first question for me is how far you are looking your team will make this year.
Yeah, definitely it's a good start. Unfortunately, we lost with 3 runs with SSK.
Mm.
Uh, the main we focus like we don't want to think about like qualifying or playoffs anything right now. We want to go by like a step by step and each match by match. And on the day how we perform, and that's the results it shows. That's what we went for the Stars match too. We have a not pretty much decent team on Stars match, and that's we performed everyone. It's not only by me or like Nikhil or Karthik. It's everyone. Like we played as a team and we won as a team. That's how we want to go for the future matches too. So definitely we want to be qualified and we have a good chances. And depends like most of them are like we in our roster like the problem is to bring the best playing 11, and most of them are like some people or some players are committed to like a F40 or some other ball games. So depends like players availability. If you have proper like a playing 11, we definitely we will win the matches and we'll go through in the future in the qualified too.
Cool, very good, very good. So you guys must be planning everything before the match, right?
It's I mean whatever we planned before, but how we execute in the match time, we don't know everything. Not in our control. So it depends on the situations and I mean at the match time how it goes. And if I think I mean right now I'm leading as a captain. Tanuj is not available, so I will see the situations. Depends on the situations only. I will make the plan. I don't plan before the game. Okay, this is the guy has to go to opening or like at the time he's the one to bowling. How the situations and the scenario at that time, there only I will decide how we can go. I
Dhoni
don't
style.
plan before. Yeah,
Dhoni style
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
He is my favorite player.
Okay. There
Yeah,
you go. Okay. So I'll say good luck to you guys, and we will quickly go to um, predictions.
thank you.
Give me 1 second. Okay. The first game of the night is uh, FCC versus Indus Thunders. So I see we have all Ash here. Dinesh, Mahesh,
Blasters.
Rajesh, only Imti. So I'll start with Imti. Imti,
Okay, I did not get the logic there, but again,
odd man. In other words, odd man.
okay,
That's all.
okay.
No,
No,
see,
Jagan garu.
we,
He's a special guy. We are the odd
yeah,
people.
no,
Okay.
Oh,
we are going to call him Imtesh from today.
Imtesh.
I like the new name.
Okay,
Again,
Imti.
clearly for me, it's in the standards museum, obviously, champion team. FCC, I think, had good outings so far, but I think this will be a real test for their strength this season. So, in the standards for me.
Cool. Dinesh.
Yeah, in the Thunders again. Anyways, I'm looking at the points table. Probably they're not right up there with the net run rate and all of that. But in the Thunders for me, please.
Okay. Rajesh.
I would say Interstellars to Jagan garu. Yeah, that's my pick.
Okay. Mahesh.
Yeah, understand this for me too.
In the Thunders 4-0. Okay. And the next one is Stars versus SSK. I think Stars will win this one easily, is what I'm guessing. And I'll exclude Imti. I don't want to put him in spot. So I'll go to Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going to take Imtesh's spot as well. So,
Okay.
yeah, again, I'm going to go with the Stars with the SSK, but still, the big thing here is like SSK, their first game, tight game again. That's what Mahesh was mentioning here, right? Mahesh Babu.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you don't want to take any team lightly. Along with whatever happened, it's like we've seen local boys and again Rajesh. We were mentioning no way he's like underrated now, right? I mean, he's right up there with 2 wins. So all of that being said, it's like nothing comes easy, but with the experience, with Imti back, let's go with Stars is what my gut feeling says.
Yeah, I completely agree with that one. So with the GLCC with versus local boys, basically everybody thought GLCC will it's a walk over the park, right? They thought they'll just walk over, but local boys made us to run all in the ground in the park.
But I think I might have given a warning. I always say last year's Troy Hawks last game, a lot of local boys guys played in that Troy Hawks last game. So they did give a good run for the money to Troy Hawks. So anytime it comes to local boys, I think decent enoughly strategized this year round. So anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Rajesh.
Stars for my stars on this one game. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Mahesh.
Yeah, Stars for me this time.
GLCC versus KRCC. Okay. Imti.
Well, game of the week for me. 2 stalwart teams here. I think both of them having a very good lineup. Hopefully, all players are available on both sides, and this will be a cracker of a game, I think. Just based on performance again, like both teams are kind of having an itchy start. So it's tough to pick one team here, but I think I'll go with KRCC.
Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the GLCC just for the specific reason it's going to hurt. Again, as we spoke in depth about the local boys' performance and all that, it's like it's going to sting. So I'm going with GLCC. Come back with a bang. Experience is king. Dad's army will win.
Rajesh.
Dinesh, I have to agree, man. For some reason I'm agreeing with you today too much. But yeah, GLCC because they'll come back very strong, I believe. KRCC is a great team, but my pick is GLCC.
Mahesh.
I'll go with KRCC.
Okay. It's a 2-2 tie, and 2 teams are new teams umpiring.
Oh, I was the same thing. I was with
that. Okay. Knights and Detroit Bacha. So naturally, see if you go by history, anytime new umpires doing it always favors the weaker team. But in this case, 2-2 tie. So we have to see next week what happens. Okay.
Jagan, you have to give this a disclaimer saying like new umpires before we say something or we pick a team who is going to win.
Agreed.
You're tricking us.
Agreed. If you want, I have experience being third umpire for semifinals. Please, I can come for third umpiring.
Okay, the next game of the night is Dairya versus Troy Hawks. I think Troy Hawks will win this one. Any objections there?
No.
Okay. I'll quickly go to the next game. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sorry, like I'm all about like a new teams. Dairya, hopefully you will change your mindset. I will tell for any new team is that most of the new teams, I can speak for myself from last year, is that we always think as a new team, we don't want to lose. We need to change our mindset and say, think about the idea of winning the game or wanting to win the game. That will give you a different outlook for your game. Hopefully, Dairya, if you're listening or any of the new teams you're listening, stop thinking about losing the game. Think about the idea of wanting to win the game, and definitely you'll see a better results.
Oh,
and
very
my
well
pick
said.
is Dairya.
Yeah, very well said. Well said. That's how GLCC won their first championship. Okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So See, the next game of the night is Canton 11 versus United Raptors. I have a strong gut feeling that Raptors are going to win this one easily. Any objections?
Not easily, but they will win. They have a good team. But Canton 11 is also fighting very hard. They gave good fight for Indus Thunders, and they have a good lemon, and they have good rapport in the team. So they will give a good fight, but Raptors as a winners.
True. Same thing like Imtiaz mentioned. Canton 11, you can never ever write off Canton 11. Yeah, can you? It's one of those things. It's like United Raptors, amongst a lot of different things. There is some reliance on stars in that team, big stars. A couple good balls, and game could be in the balance. Is how I see it.
See, this game. See, this is what I'm thinking. It all depends on Javit's bowling. If Javit bowls well in this match, then I see there is a chance for Canton 11. NPP2 is
See, again,
predominantly known for spin.
Yeah, he should play. I mean, he should bowl 5. I mean, the recommendation straight up open recommendation is like he should open the bowling. What's there to lose?
Yeah.
So
So
again, I
local.
don't think it will be
I, yeah,
one-way game. It will be a close game, is what I'm thinking. Canton 11
yeah.
obviously coming back strong this week. They won a good game. Raptors, on the other hand, they just played one game so far in the season, so maybe coming back from a big long break might have an impact on this game. Eventually, I think Raptors will win, but it will be a close game, is what I think.
True, like what Jagan bro mentions, like Javed bro against Javed Bhai against right-handers. Predominantly, I don't see any left-handers in United Raptors. It's like slow, taking the ball away from the hitting arc of the Amarendras of United Raptors. He's going to be the difference. Hopefully, we didn't give too much away, did we?
Okay, so our Raptors, edges Raptors, right? 4-0.
Yeah, Raptors. Yeah.
Okay. Then next game of Rising Stars versus Local Boys. See, this is the game I'll call game of the weekend. Equal powers.
Okay.
But I'll give little edge to Local Boys. Imti.
Yeah, again, just going by the momentum, I think Local Boys winning against GSCC might be in the momentum. Taking nothing away from Rising Stars, they have been very the team that has been playing for a long time. Hopefully, they give a tough fight, but I think Local Boys gut feeling.
Actually, see,
Yeah,
these are the games Local Boys and Bulls have to win to make it to playoffs. Okay, because both teams, Local Boys and Bulls, they have beaten one, considerably strong. When we ranked based on past year's performance.
Yeah, right. I think
So,
this one is going to be an easy win for Local Boys. Bold statement there. It's going to be easy win for Local Boys.
Rajesh.
I agree, definitely. I know Satya and Mohammad Sheikh. I played with them like a couple of tournaments together. They have a great mindset, and they're like very calm. Like when it comes to the playing a game or any game situation. So Local Boys all the way.
Mahesh.
Yeah, Local Boys for me.
Local Boys. And then next game is Phantoms versus Safaris. Wow. Good game. Okay. I'll skip Phantoms captain here. Okay, I'll go to Imti first.
Well, again, not much insight into both the teams, but I'll be honest here. Just with the gut feeling, I'll go with Phantoms.
Phantoms. Yeah. Dinesh.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Phantoms for sure. The sole reason is I understand what Phantoms are going through in Safaris. To be honest, the other thing about Safaris is like what Phantoms are going through is what Safaris went through last season, because Rajesh Bro and I, with Hari, Gopi, I can name so many people from even Rajesh, Ramesh from one of the other teams. I forgot the team's name. So all of us played for Safari. So Safari's been a big brewing ground for new teams back in 2018, I believe. So, but again, all of that being mentioned, Safaris did what the Phantoms are doing right now. But I'm going to give it to Phantoms just for the spirit and current form. I'm going to go with Phantoms for this one.
Okay. Mahesh.
I would like to go to Safaris.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing with their practices how they're practiced before and now in the season before the season. They have last time the only one guy Swarna Rahul is fighting, but now they added couple players. Now the Banakar and the Pramod they are supporting in batting well. So I would like to go to Safaris.
Okay, 2-1 Phantoms. Okay, we will see. Next week we will discuss about this one. Okay, the next game of the night is Detroit Titans versus Dynamites. Wow.
Again, I think this will be
Imti.
I think this again will be a close encounter, just owing to the fact that both the teams haven't won yet in this season. Both teams will be fighting for those first points on the board. So hopefully they'll bring their A game in. Not to write off Detroit Titans here, but just because of the experience that Dynamites bring, I think Dynamites will win this.
Okay, so I'm not going to ask Mahesh. Mahesh, are you going for umpiring for this game? The Bulls are umpiring.
Gino, Bulls are umpiring. Gino
Bulls
is
are umpiring. So I'll skip you from prediction. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go to Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going to call this one a tough one for me. Again, Dynamite's pretty close to me, and understand what the dynamics are. Between Titans and Dynamites, they are going through pretty much of same transition without going into too much details of what it is. But Titans, I believe, as far as a team is going, it's like they've played more games together, and we listened to Satish Kaba and all of that last week, right? So I'm going with the Titans. Bold prediction here, Titans.
Titans, okay. Rajesh.
Titans for me too, Jagan Garu. I think they will come back very good this week, and hopefully they will register a win. Titans for me.
Somehow that's what I feel too. The next game is MI Rangers versus Hawks. Imti. MI Rangers versus Hawks. I think it should be MI Rangers also.
It will be MI Rangers is what I think. Just trying to clarify, like, hasn't MI Rangers played a game yet in the season? I don't see anything in there.
They haven't played. They haven't played yet because the first game was cancelled because of COVID situation.
Okay. I remember that. Okay, got it. Okay, yep. Again, like obviously, just considering the experience factor, I think I will give it to MI Rangers here.
Let's see. It is Shravan. Shravan is listening our show. So if I wish, I would like to come and umpire this game.
Okay, it's payback time then.
Jagan Garu, you're in a savage mode today. Leave MI Rangers, for God's sake.
No, we are chatting here, so I'm just making a joke here. Okay, Dinesh.
No, it's got to be MI Rangers for sure. But point taken, right? Point taken is like we are joking in terms of umpiring and stuff. Is like end of it's pain all around, and people show up. Is like we were talking about dark horses and year after year, and I've been there. Rajesh Bro's been there. I think even Mahesh runs a team elsewhere, and all of that. And it's just pain. It's just one of those things where people have to take responsibilities. It's like as fun, right? I mean, there's no point better mentioned in comedy and sarcasm than anything else, right? So, MA Rangers, but still, I and Jagan Bro are going to go umpire this game.
Okay. Rajesh.
For me, I'm a Rangers. They're like I know them very well. Like even I practiced with them like yesterday, so I know how well organized they are. Just knowing their place and their strength, I'm choosing my Rangers. Sean, bro, like good luck. It's the first game for you in the season.
Mahesh.
Actually, I would like to go with the Hawks.
Awesome.
I know it's little. I mean, that's a new team, but I know the players of the Hawks. They have a capable, but they just lack of little experience on the DCL or any other tournaments. But they have a decent and good team to fight. They have a proper line on the bowling. They just support with the Vikram and some Shan and Shashank. So they need a couple of the batsmen to support them. If they are give support for them, they definitely win. So I
No,
want to give a challenge for Hawks to
MI
win this
Rangers.
game. Yeah,
No,
my
it's
Rangers.
MI
Perfect.
Rangers. It's a challenge to MI Rangers. So they have to be on, you know, cautious side.
Do,
Don't take it
yeah,
easy.
don't take it easy with the Hawks team.
Mm. Yeah, okay, very well said. The next
Yeah,
game
yeah.
of the night is FCC Agni versus Sterling Strikers. I'm thinking Sterling Strikers will take it 4-0. Any objection?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay. The next game of the night is Hitmen versus Strikers. I'm thinking Strikers will take it 4-0. Any objections?
Me,
Okay.
Dinesh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dinesh.
yeah, same thing with what Mahesh was mentioning with Hawks and Hitmen are coming off with good momentum. Strikers are coming back. 50-50 youngsters like what local boys did. We wish Hitman can pull this off. At least I wish Hitman can pull this off. The newer team versus the experienced team is like, yeah, I'm going to go with the Hitman.
Okay. Rajesh.
I would say Hitman too, sir, because again they're coming off with 2 wins, if I'm not wrong. So
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and Strikers, they won last week, but still I wanted to root for like new teams. Hitman
okay.
for my pick.
So I should go back to Imti first. Imti.
I'll just stick to the traditional way of predicting. I'll go with strikers.
Strikers.
Just knowing the team. So yeah.
Okay. Mahesh.
I'll go with Strikers.
Okay. Hitman versus Strikers. 2-2 tie with new empires. Okay. Okay. Last game of the night. Okay. This is the game last year between these two
Yeah.
teams. It changed the fortunes of one of the top notch teams, Gladiators. They are supposed uh, so they are one of the contenders. Okay, until they win, we don't call them winners, but they are one of the contenders. And even within the group of contenders, at this time I'll rate them as top. Okay, one, and Indus Thunders, Stars, Raptors. These are the four teams that immediately come to mind. When we talk about um, and you have to add Sterling Strikers this year. So this is the game. Very very. I mean, I want to see whether MCC Miles, uh, you know, make us give another one more shock, or they just go down like any other team that comes against Gladiators in regular season. I'll start with Imti.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the last time these two teams met, I think NCC Miles surprised us all, winning the game, and absolutely beautiful performance by Rahul captaining that game. And if I'm not wrong, he was captaining the game and he scored a century there, right? And that
Century,
changed
yeah.
fortunes of a couple of teams at least in the playoff ranking, including our team. So I remember that game very well. Again, coming back to this season, new season, new game. I doubt MCC Miles will still have that prowess in this Gladiators obviously coming off with some good form and good performances in the last two games, so Gladiators for me.
Dinesh.
Yeah, I have the scorecard pulled up from that game actually. So it looks like Arjun Ajbani didn't play that game, did he? Gladiators NCC Miles last time around, 2021, 25th year. We were talking about him being the Tendulkar. All around, there's a lot of talk about leather ball, whichever ball you're playing is like end of the day. It's like pitch conditions changing versus the ball changing. It's like leather ball, hard ball, soft tee ball, hard tee ball, and all of that. So kudos to Arjun Ajbani. He didn't play. I have to go with the Glads. It's tough. It's one of those innings where Rahul Chenna again. I couldn't congratulate him in an open platform. So we wish he could come good again this time around and surprise all of us. I'm going to go with the Glads again, current form.
Okay, Rajesh.
Glads for me, Jagan Garu.
Glads.
Just because of their consistency and like a winning momentum. So and a great team. So nothing wrong with MCC Miles. They're in my pool. I would rather have Glads win than MCC. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm just being honest and handy. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Mahesh.
Yeah, I will go with the Glads too. But one more thing we need to think about, consider like everyone, all Glads, most of the players are playing F40 and they're coming from direct from there to this match. But we need to see how even they are eager to play with MCC Miles.
Oh, it's a night game. Okay.
Oh, it's a 6
Yeah,
game. Oh, Lord.
yeah.
Good point.
So, but I'll go with
Good.
Glads.
Okay. Yeah, cool. With that, we have completed all the games, and I'll quickly go for the last words, and we'll conclude tonight's show here. I'll start with Imti.
Yeah, again, good luck to all the teams playing this weekend, and it's really good to be back on the show. Really missed it the first few weeks, and hopefully we get to talk more about it in the next episode. So good luck.
Okay.
And good night.
Dinesh.
Yeah, the big thing I want to mention is like I've yet to play a game in this year's DCL, but it's fair enough for me to call whatever I'm calling, I suppose, from a very neutral perspective of how we want, what's the expectation from DCL and why I hesitated to play DCL in the first place and why I don't want to play DCL is just the quality and consistency of how it is run. And it becomes some better experienced teams' priority to keep up the standards. We've spoken about a lot of different things. What Mahesh has been mentioning here as well is like various other leagues as well. If you do not prioritize DCL, it will come bite you in the backside, being a Friday night.
True. Rajesh.
Again, good luck to all the teams, including us, for tomorrow's games. Again, I just want to repeat myself. All the new teams out there, believe in the idea of winning or wanting to win the game. You will win the game. Good night and happy Friday, everybody.
Mahesh. I would like to say thanks to Mahesh for joining on a very short notice. Okay. Yeah, please.
It's honor. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope we will continue winnings in future games too. And I would like to see more surprises for like whoever the small teams, for big teams.
There is no small team, big team in DCL. Every team can win.
But we can say, right? We can say like in on note like, oh, this is a big team, and like some new teams. I would like to see more. I want to, even though like even for us, we feel like we want to play. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter the small or big. At the day, whoever is there, who will perform well, they will win.
Yeah, you're right.
Good
Whoever
luck, everyone.
performs well, they'll win. Yeah. So with that, we are concluding tonight's show. Thanks a lot, Imti. Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, Rajesh.
Sure.
And good luck. And we want to see more and great performances from you, Mahesh. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again.